Hi everyone, I'm Jolie, and this is my Catholic journey, one book at a time. This video is an introduction as to what I want to share on here. So, to start, I'm a young Catholic woman, a baby Catholic, if you will, um, that just wants to share the stuff that I learned specifically from books. I want to share my journey, everything about my faith, anything I learned, and things that I learned about how I can strengthen my relationship with God. And like I said, specifically, it would all be things from books, from different spiritual books. This channel, just to make it clear, is not to debate theology. I am not here to directly try and convert people. Not directly. I do not have enough knowledge or experience for that. I do not want to guide people away by accident or teach the wrong things just because I misunderstood something. So this channel is not for debating. It is not for directly trying to convert people. I'm not here to give direct advice either. What works and doesn't work for me might not be the same for you, whoever's watching this, right? Because I am a baby Catholic, I will be showing my spiritual education. So the stuff that I'm learning specifically, not to teach you, just to share with you. Kind of like a journal. A little bit like that. um I wish that I could say that I have so many books that I have stacked up waiting to read. But I do not have many. I do have a few, and I have a start, and that's all I need right now. The next video, which will be the official video for the podcast, where I will actually be talking more in depth about a book. I'm gonna start with the book The 7 Pillars of Catholic Spirituality by Matthew Kelly. I got this book a while ago at my parish, and I did start reading it. I was almost done reading it, and then school got really messy and I had a lot of work to do, and I was like not paying the most attention to the book when I was reading it, so I stopped reading it even though I was almost done. But I started over again, and this time I'm going more in depth with each section. Like with everything in the book, I'm going more in depth to try and learn more. And I am gonna be reading the whole thing, like I said. I'm gonna study it, dive deep, and share my thoughts and experiences with you guys. This book has a QR code in the end where for free you can download a checklist for the things the book is about and how you can apply them to your life to grow spiritually. I am currently on week 1, and I will be making a video at the end of week 1 to share like my experience with how it went. And I am gonna make more videos about the list as I'm crossing off everything weekly. um I am gonna be talking about my studies of the book. Not just this book, but every single book that I end up talking about. I'm gonna talk about the stuff I've read. I will be quoting certain parts of it. But it's and any research too that I do with it. But it's not a summary. It's not just a simple summary. So if you feel like you want to read a book that I'm talking about, any book that I mention, if you feel like you need it, if you feel like you're like called to do so, you should do it, because I am not gonna cover absolutely everything. I'm gonna cover as much as I can of what I learn, whatever's like what bears the most fruit to me, and but I'm not gonna be, like I said, it's not gonna be simple summaries, and it's not gonna be just, oh, these are the main topics, and I will cover each one. I am kind of do a little bit of that, but it's not just that. Like, it's not. This is not a way for you to not have to read and do your own spiritual growth on your own. Um, and like I said, since I'm not gonna be covering anything, it could be just that to me it didn't stand out as much, or I might have missed something. So if you read the book yourself, you have a chance to see something that I might have missed, or notice that I misunderstood something. Because sometimes I'm gonna have questions, because it's not just gonna give you guys all the answers. I have questions too, you know. I'm learning, I'm studying. We are all human, and the knowledge from books is something that you have to sit for a long time in order to absorb all of it. So if you want, you can sit with me and we can read together and study together. That is all about the introduction. I hope that you guys can join me next week to talk about the introduction. The introduction and the first chapter of the 7 pillars of Catholic spirituality. If you aren't familiar with this book, I encourage you to try and guess what the first pillar is. That is all about me and the intro for this podcast. I'm Jolie, and until next chapter, goodbye.